All right, start. Go.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. FTS, Roundtable Discussions, Black women and men, and why we have so many problems in our relationships. I'd like to introduce
I'm Reggie.
Star, and you are?
Tamika.
Well, guys, we getting ready to get started. So, Reggie, we were talking a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about relationships.
Right.
I mean, you and I got really excited.
Right.
In fact, I think we pulled off our wigs,
Okay,
right?
yes indeed. Yes. Talk about the black men that'll do it.
All right, so what you think? Tell me.
Well, I'm not here to beat black men up. My personal issue with black men is that they don't put us black women on a pedestal. We're not being supported and strengthened by the black man. We're more beat up on and more torn down.
Why do you
And I
think
have an
that?
issue with that. I personally think that somewhere in translation, somewhere throughout the years, we've gotten lost on how we should treat each other. My personal problem is black men are looking at black women. We don't do this, we don't do that. We're not good for this, we're not good for that. And like the old saying goes, you were raised by a black mother. Either our hair is not too long, our ass is not too big, we're not cooking, washing, cleaning, iron. When in fact, we are the ones that held you up from the time you met us until the time you got up on your feet and seen something else that looked better. And now it's all she wear a wig or her hair too short, or she don't have ass, or she's not this, she's not that. And you make it a cycle and go on and on and on. I also want to say real quick too, that black women are being used as a rug to step on, not just by black men, but by all generations. We are a joke. And it's okay to joke and laugh, but a lot of comedians, look at her weave, her nails, she ghetto, she this. And even white people are chiming on it. White women are saying, hey, we get the weaves and the wigs from the black women. No, you don't. Because y'all been wearing it for years. Years before the black women started wearing wigs, it was the white women that was wearing it.
Even their men, right?
Even their men were wearing the toupees.
And the wigs, the full wigs,
the
colonial
And I
time.
think the problem is women are starting to beat on women mentally. We'll say, oh, look at her, she ain't not, look at her hair, look at this, look at that. And it's sad. It's starting to become pathetic. And then we go to the black man and say, it's okay for you not to like her. It's okay for you not to want to be with her. Look how she looks, or look how she is. And it's an issue. It's a sad issue. And unfortunately, we have women that's thinking like that and now raising young black men like that.
Wow.
It's very scary.
Well, what I see, because I run a recovery house for men, right? And not just what I see, but what I know is women, black women, are nurturers. So we take that son under our wing, and all he got to do is put out the trash, but he's my son. And then he gets to be a teenager or a young adult, and then he finds a woman or a girlfriend that nurtures him as well. And then when he winds up in a situation or in life circumstances, he becomes that I don't know what to do.
I have to disagree with that. I don't care what nationality you are. We are, as women, we are natures. That's within us. That's who we are. Not just because we're black women.
Okay.
And I would say majority, at least the women I've met, of course they were there for these sons. They taught them how to wash, talk, walk, do this, do that, A, B, and C. But it's for me. I can only speak for me. It's my generation. I'm not letting go of mine. I'm raising mine. Right. They're in my home. They're with me. I got a grip on them. I'm trying to teach them and show them. Meanwhile, I can't teach them how to be a man, but I can teach them about a woman.
There you go.
They still have their father, who is a good father. And when me and their father decided to get a divorce, we also decided to still raise our children and instill values in them. So I don't think nurturing has anything to do with it. I think and not that I'm saying I'm any better than anybody else, because I am not. Depending on how you were raised, what background you come from, how you seen your mother and your father raise you. 9 times out of 10 is how you want to raise your children, or how you looking at your sons. And what I keep hearing a lot of is people are speaking now. It's about the streets. It's about the streets. Well, they gotta learn because this is how the streets is. Or this is what they saying on the streets. This is what they doing on the streets. Well, that's how you start to live your life according to the streets. Well, then that's how your child is going to be raised according to the streets.
I agree.
I think if you, as a young man, if you don't know how to go somewhere and hold your head up high and pull your pants up, if you're like that, yeah, I'm saying, what's up? That's what it is. So what? Well, then you're talking to your sister like that. I expected you to treat me a certain way when this is how you were raised. It's embedded in you now. So what I am saying, as black men and women, we have to raise each other up and respect each other. We have to stop worrying about what you got and where you got it and how you got it. We have to learn how to support one another just from who you are.
I agree. What do you think, Dawn? We from 60th Street.
Okay, I'm about to stop this live. If you guys want to continue to follow us and hear the rest of our roundtable discussion on black men and women in relationships, please follow us at FTS YouTube, link and subscribe and share. Again, please follow us at FTS YouTube, link and subscribe to hear the rest of our roundtable, black women, black men, and why relationships don't work. Thank you.
Now, elaborate. Just what are your
Talk
points
louder.
on? What are your points on relationships? Whether it be a mom and a son, whether it be me with this man, or just men in general. You know?
Mom and son. That's touchy.
Why is it touchy?
Woman. Because it's like a mother maternal instincts. It's like you never can give up that title.
Okay.
You know, and it's
That's
easy
true.
for people to say, well, they wrong. It's not your problem. You raised them. No, I don't know where you come from or where I come from. And it's sad because I don't want to.
Go from mine is mine.
Yeah. But one doesn't stop. But I couldn't say that because, you know, my mom is there for me. Now, that leaves me.
Go ahead.
Girl, sad story, sad story.
Why do you
I don't see men. Well, maybe it's this. People, places, and that.
Okay.
I'm not in the right place. Obviously, ain't doing the right thing to see the people I need to be seeing. So, like, I'm not the type of person. I don't like to frequently go out. Now listen to events, bars, clubs. Did that years ago.
Please don't owe us nothing.
Yeah, and I don't want that. And they're dangerous. So with that being said, these men, they're leeches, they're clowns. Some don't want to, stand up and be them. Some don't want to lose their youth or who they were. It's like, I don't know if that's a midlife crisis.
I think men have secrets.
What secrets?
That they holding on to, which may hinder some things.
And that was my question. Why do you think men are the way that they are?
Because they're confused. But you know what? I don't know. I'm thinking about these men. And I'm thinking about these men as more women than we are.
So,
I can agree sometimes.
Where they are. But I'm asking you, do you have an opinion on the underlying factor on why men are the way that they are?
Well, some men, I think it's a jealousy factor. Why do they? I don't know why they.
You're telling me their ways. I'm trying to get to the root of what makes a man not want to let go of you. What makes a man cheat and not be honest with the woman that he was? What
Mm.
makes him be that way?
Girl, if I only knew.
Okay, now
We all got
my
opinions on it, though.
my opinion on why a lot of men are the way they are is because a lot of men has deep rooted issues within
In their
themselves
secrets, yeah.
that they never dealt with, and they went through life for so many years with that it did something to their mental. So they trying to be the macho man that society, that they got to, wear the chests are big, but they got to deal with whatever trauma they was dealing with, and then they dealing with us as women, and they come into these relationships already broken. They already broken, and in some ways, a lot of us women are already broken.
Yeah.
So I look at it like two broken people trying to make something work when you first gotta fix yourself in order to even think about being anything for somebody else. That's just my opinion. Getting back to the secret session segment. Not only women carry secrets, men carry secrets too.
Yeah.
Shameful secrets,
That they take to
harmful
their
secrets
grave.
that they want to take to their grave, and it's okay. But what I think men need to deal with, and women, if you don't get honest with someone you're close to about whatever you've been through and the traumatizing things that you had in your life, then I think you should just find a way to do some self healing, because that's what's keeping, to me, a lot of relationships from progressing. Um, if the person not being honest with themselves, then they can't be honest with nobody else. That's just my opinion on that. A lot of parents uphold their children, upheld them, made them, especially these men, made them think they were correct when they wasn't. It's a lot of things.
That's my child, no matter what. Yeah, that
It's a
kind
lot
of
of things,
And
and
that's
then
not
you
right.
got to remember, a lot of them didn't have men in the home. Not making an excuse for them, but just what I see and what I experienced, and through the different people that I've talked to, all of that is part of the root problem that grew into wild water kingdoms, or whatever way these men are, and
tried to live on, yeah.
insensitive and all that kind of stuff.
And
Because
that's
they
why a lot
scared-
of them
they
resort
scared
to
of
drugs
love.
and alcohol and stuff.
I think
Because I'm
No,
gonna
it's not
medicate
even
the
that they
pain.
scared of love. We're not even going to talk about love, because that's a whole nother conversation. It's a whole nother segment, because
Right.
we all got different beliefs in love. And my first and only belief in love is self-love.
Yeah.
If I got
I
self-love,
am
nothing
dead.
else matters. Whether a man loves me or not. I got
Right,
self-love. And
right.
as long as I got
I agree.
self-love, I got all the love I need. Now, if I meet somebody and we're on the same level, we're going the same way, and we can connect, then the love becomes beautiful, because it's
Right.
something we both want. But if one person want one thing and another person want one thing, it's not going to work. Now, what these men do is they go an extra mile, or they go a distance with women, really not having their heart in it or their mind in it. It's just for something for them to do.
That's disrespectful.
But what I
Wow.
learned through my own experience, I was in a relationship like that. I saw all the signs, but I wanted the relationship to work so bad, not for nobody else, just for me, that I ignored the signs, thinking, "Oh, that ain't nothing." And that's what we do as women. The small
Yes,
signs
I
that
can
start
agree to
coming,
that.
we ignore them. We put stuff in front of it. We plan a dinner date. We do something to not have to deal and feel
So,
with that.
so are you saying when a man show himself, or when an individual show themselves, you need to believe that?
No, this is
I
what
do.
my mother just said.
What she said?
My mother said, if they show you
Who
in
they
your
are?
face who they are, you gotta believe them.
That's what I'm talking
They
about.
showed you who they are, so you gotta believe that's who they are.
I
'Cause
had
they
somebody
showed it
tell
to
me one day, she said, well, he told me, he was like, you know I'm crazy. And she laughed it off. And I said, huh? He told you what? You need to believe. He crazy. Sure enough, he showed her he was crazy. You got to believe people.
Well, I
when you
think
go ahead.
a man, all that is good and well, but and this is my experience and my opinion. I don't believe, I don't agree with a lot of what you said, but I do believe this: a man is only going to do what you allow him to do.
Yeah.
True.
If you're a grown woman, if you've been places, done things, and you are and you know better, then you allow that to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
we sit
That's what
back,
I was
but we're
saying.
sitting back and saying, well, a man did this, a man did that, well, he has issues, he has that. You're the one that's causing it because you're the one that's dealing with them. Once you see who this man is, my name is A, B, C, and D, all right, I'll see you later.
But that's
Some
what we were
men
saying.
want to stay, some women want to stay and work it out. Why would you want to stay and work it out? It's time to move on. And we're considered, when we do that, we're considered whores or we're considered too fast. But why would you stay there? A man, it's okay for a man to date and see 5, 6, and 7 different women. It's okay when a man do that. But when a woman do it, and I'm not saying this is what y'all think, I'm saying
Right.
majority of most women, right? Then we're considered a whore or a prostitute or not putting enough into our own men. Um, I don't think our men is broken. I think our men is so used to breaking us and we so used to allowing. And at some point it has got to stop. And we have got to stop saying that it's okay for our men to have these deep rooted issues.
No.
And we're okay with
That's
it.
not. That wasn't what the message was.
I'm not saying that's what the message is saying. Don't get it twisted, though. I'm not saying that that's what y'all saying. I'm saying this is what I've seen to be an issue.
Okay.
And this is a problem, and it does happen. And we also, as some women, ignore that.
That's what we. That's what
Maturity will tell the difference. You know what I'm saying?
I said. The men give us the signs and we ignore.
Mature women will be like, that's what's going on. Yeah, you stay over here. Young, well, I don't want to talk about young and old, but
It's a difference.
the immature woman will tolerate or accept, but then she's broken. There's something going on with her. You know, I do agree with Tamika. Men are broken. I'm not making any excuses because I will not take any excuses. But I think it comes from, and well, that's what all of us do. Generational curses, generational stuff that we have allowed to happen. And, you know, it used to be a time where we said, what happened in my house, stay in my house.
Right.
I totally disagree with that. Because if molestation and abuse is in that home, that needs to be told. You know, it needs to be told. It needs. I don't care if they scream it at the classroom, at the counselor's office, whoever. Somebody needs to know.
But it's always how you do something and not why you do it. And again, that's another issue. You know, you just can't do it because it makes it right. You have to. There's always a reaction to something that you have to put out there and decide how you're going to make that reaction happen. And I think that's just the issue, you know, that we sit back and like I'm all for, you know, the problem with black men, they white women, or Chinese whatever they thing is. But as soon as these men see a black woman with a white man, it's a problem. I think a black woman should start to expand. I think black women should go more out their race. I think black women should reach for more other than a black man because we are being stepped on and it's not okay. It's not okay. My issue and me wanting to sit down and talk solely about how black men disrespect black women. That's an issue. It's out of control. It's not no longer funny. It's not no longer okay to laugh and joke and make fun. Yeah, when you go to comedy shows and you sit back and you laugh, or you sit back and you laugh in a conversation about another woman, whether you choose to admit it or not, you are becoming a part of that crowd. You are saying it's okay. If I sat and laughed at most of the Kevin Hart jokes, who I think is funny, he okay. But if I sat and laughed every time he talked about a black sister, it's not okay. That's somebody I don't want to support. I don't want to put my money in because you're doing it to us. And I believe the woman he's with is a fair-looking woman opposed to his ex-wife. I'm not saying, hey, he entitled to like who he likes and be with who he wants to be with. But the element of who he became once he was with her, it all of a sudden rised out the room. It's not okay. It's not okay to beat the dark skinned sister down. It's not okay to laugh and talk about her weed. That's the same sister you was with when you was on the ground, when you wasn't doing shit. That was the same sister that was washing your ass. And now she's not good enough? Come on, give me a fucking break. Men, wait. My name is Aunt Reggie. That's all I have to say about that. I think it's a disgrace, it's sad, and it's ridiculous that we have to endure the abuse and the disrespect. It's no longer okay. And it is up to us as black women to stop you in your tracks and say, hey, not me. Not me. You got to go somewhere else. I'm no longer going to allow this. And as far as raising my children and holding my children, I'm going to do that for as long as I live. And that's the kind of man I think they should be. They're going to decide who they're going to be and what they're going to be. Whether I have something to say so about it or not, I'm raising them to have their own voice. But one thing they will do is respect a woman, a black woman, and know that they came from a dark-skinned woman who fought and struggled all through her life. And it's not acceptable to disrespect a black woman. No shape, form, or fashion. I don't give a shit if they're making $1 million being a comedy talking about black women. It's not okay. And the minute we let these men do it, the minute we're at fault.
Okay. Anybody on that?
Anybody want to know?
I do want to say this. As far as entertainment goes, for me, I don't take entertainment personal. Even if it's a black comedian or a white comedian talking about black folks. Because I think I'm okay with who I am. So even if Kevin Hart talk crazy, even the rap songs that be this, be that, I don't take that personal. So I hear what you're saying, but I just didn't, I don't kind of
And
feel
let me clear that up, because I don't want to
it.
throw that man's name out there. I don't know him. I don't know nothing about him.
Right.
I've never heard him say specifically anything or joke about black women. So let me clear that up. I used him because he's a comedian, but I hear a comedian of his stature, a lot of men of his stature that's in comedy, joke and laugh to the fact white men do it now. So that's what I meant when I said that. And I can't laugh at anything like that. I won't laugh at that. I do take it personal because if I don't take something personal and stand up and fight for my cause, nobody else will.
That's true. You heard it from the streets.
From the streets.
Anybody? No? Well, if this segment is over, you heard it from the streets. Back in 2 weeks, ladies. Well, no, I think we're going to have them in 2 weeks.
We're going to have them in 2 weeks.
See what they got to say.
And see what they got to say. So we didn't get into, well.
We needed the comments to come in.
No, this is on the YouTube page.
I know, but when you on the FaceTime, they can say,
Yeah, right. We cut it.
Cut it.
Thank you.